here I am with an example to show you how to use Pythagoras to find one of the shorter sides. So on the left hand side you can see a picture. It's got two sides labelled and a missing side. So my first method was where I just started exactly as I did before. So look at the picture. It's right angled, so I'm going to use Pythagoras' theorem because that's about three sides. So c squared equals a squared plus b squared. Now looking at that, I better label things. So the opposite the right angle, the longest side will always be c. And then the other ones don't really matter. To make things a little easier, usually we label the side we don't know as a. But as I say, it doesn't really matter. Alright, so now we've got c, a and b. Let's substitute. So c is 14, 14 squared, equal to, I don't know a, so I'll leave that as an a squared, plus b is 8, so I'll put the 8 here. Now I'm going to start fiddling with these numbers. So 14 squared, if you don't know it, use your calculator, it's fine. 196 is equal to a squared plus, and 8 squared I do know, 8 times 8 is 64. Now if you didn't know that, just use your calculator. From here, I've now got a on this side and a number, and I've got another number. I want to get the a by itself, so I want to get rid of this 64. If I take 64 from this side, that will mean I've got 64 take 64, which will make 0. But if I do it on this side, I've got to do it to the other side of the equal sign. So I'm going to write take 64 here. Now that means I can cancel these two things out. And then I just go 196 take 64, and I figure out what that is. That leaves me with 132 is equal to a squared. Now, I don't want a squared, I want a. So I'm going to have to take the square root of a squared in order to get a. And anything I do to one side, I've got to do to the other side. Remember that the square and the square root cancels. So a is going to equal the square root of 132. I'll use my calculator to figure that out because that one I don't know in the head. And if you look here, it's 11.489. So when I look at the second decimal place, it's 8, but the one after it is a 9. It's a high number, which means I need to round up the second decimal place. So I'm going to make it 11.49. Right? And just to finish things off, I'm going to write it down the bottom. I'm going to say a is equal to 11.49, my units, which is meters, and how much I rounded it by.